Uh, there we go. What is going on, everybody? If you don't know us by now, you about to learn quick. You
Gonna
know what I
learn
mean?
today.
You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn. We got my guy Townzie here, and today we hosting it on my page. This is the Black Council podcast, and we was gonna officially be one of them, but hey, fuck it. Might as well. You might as well. It's
Might
just
as
a
well.
quick breakdown slash discussion of the new trailer for Game of Thrones, and we're both pretty hype about it. I know I am at least.
And basically, if y'all don't understand, what the Black Console podcast is me and my friend Tony here. Maybe we decide to bring other people on. Maybe we don't. I don't know just yet. We'll see how the season goes and how the year rolls out. But just a podcast between me and him, just discussing the entire season as it rolls out. This is the final season. I haven't read the books. I know he's well versed in the books, but we're gonna go ahead and we basically gonna have a podcast for this entire season. If y'all like that, let us know. But we're gonna be doing it regardless.
And we got quite a few screenshots now. I tried to get the screenshots all set up and stuff, but y'all gonna have to work with us here for a little bit. But yes, we have a lot to talk about with that last trailer. It had me hype, had me a little afraid for Arya. You know what I mean? Like Arya running, and
Where's she running from?
What's she running from? And that's what we're gonna talk about. Like we've got a good guess on what she was running from. It's not you know what I mean? It's not a mystery. It's just how did we get in this predicament? You know,
how did we get in this situation in the first place?
Like that's more.
How did y'all get caught slacking? That's what it is. They got caught slacking. You being nice. They got caught slacking. Yeah. How did they get caught slacking down there by all of them? I feel like somebody should at least, or maybe that could be one of the camera tricks because she could be running down to let everybody know that the White Walkers are coming in the first place. Now that I think about it.
You think? But she was hiding. She was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like she was scared. She's like, whoa, hold up, catch my breath. Let's not let them know I'm here. You know what I mean? It's one of those predicaments, you know. And that's why I'm finna try to get this set up to where I could pull up the screenshots for us. You know, so we could both be able to see it more or not. Who knows? I have to do screen share so you can see them, so everybody can see what we're doing or what we're talking about.
But we're gonna get it roll out nonetheless.
Oh yeah, boom. Here we go. So the first one, and I'm finna actually screen share with you, bro.
Gotcha.
Real quick. But the people could see it. I know you can't see it. That's why I got a screen share with you. But the first picture I got up is Arya, the very first scene of the trailer of her standing there. And I'm finna like I said, I'm sitting here. I still gotta get my shit together, guys. On my end. Let me boom, share screen. And yeah, you're gonna see yourself real quick. You know, you're gonna see yourself real quick.
Good, me. How you doing? Nah, man.
He said, "How you doing, Mister?" So we gotta do it all complicated because I don't have it all set up right now on it. So and that's what it was that it's gonna keep going to the slideshow mode, even though I just want it really just enlarge it.
You could just
but I think that should
I just keep the stream up on my separate screen, so you could just pull it up like normal.
All right.
So on the next one, or if you want to just do it back to normal, however you did it before, and I can just look at the screen. So you ain't gotta worry about it.
I talk about like it was just going dope, but it's going to all the screenshots will be going by pretty fast. Bet. But like I keep it up like that. We could kind of keep it like that. We could just talk about it. But as you see that first scene with her sitting behind that wall, she's muddied up. From what I could tell, I would assume that the battle's already underway. Whatever is going on. Like I said, I feel like we have to pay more attention to. Is she really in the crypt, or could she be in King's Landing?
Yeah, and the only piece of evidence that I really had at her being in the crypt was the lanterns or torches, whatever you want to call them, on the wall. They're the same as when Daenerys and Jon Snow are down in the crypts. So that's the only real piece of evidence I have. Maybe they have the same type of lanterns. Maybe they don't.
See, I feel like they want us to believe that it was in the crypts. I feel like it was made that way. The sound, this shit you hear in the background, the
Of course, they
music, the
absolutely want
tone.
to throw a curveball.
It definitely could be. It could be. It could easily be them in the crypts, like they want us to believe, because you also seen Varys in the crypt. We seen him
Right.
and all those people in the crypt. So yeah,
Heidi.
they want you to say, "Oh, they in the crypts." But what if that's not the case? What if she is in King's Landing? And if that is the case, who is she running from if she was in King's Landing? So let's not say she's in the crypts. Let's not say she's running from the White
She's
Walkers or
in
the
King's
Whites.
Landing. Why is she in King's Landing?
But see, think about it like this. Peep game. So why would you hide behind a wall and not breathe if you're running from dead folks? Okay, if she's running from a White Walker, I think she's well prepared and equipped to fight a White Walker. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
a white, now a herd of whites and stuff like that. So if she is running from a herd of whites in the crypts, why did she stop and hide behind the wall when the herd is just they're going to crowd it? You seen how the herd, or like a herd of whites, did to Blood Raven's cage? I mean,
Right.
cave.
Yeah.
They gonna go through all creeps and craps of it. You know what I mean? They're gonna swarm it. You ain't gonna sit and hide and wait. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like they throwing us a curveball with that first clip, with that first scene with Arya, and I feel like she's actually in King's Landing, and she's probably fighting her way through or out of the Red Keep. And I feel like it was very reminiscent, and it made me think of season 1 of when she was running out
When
of
she
the
was
Red
running out.
Keep. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
that's
I
what
see.
I
I know
get
exactly.
from
I see
that.
exactly what you mean. Yeah.
That's what I feel from that. I feel like they just want us to believe it's because they're giving us that chilling feeling that all of that was supposed to involve the White Walkers.
Right. Because either way, they want to drive that chilling feeling home. Well, now, what exactly what's going on during? That's the real question.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But man, what's your thoughts, bro? Like that first scene, that first clip, Arya.
That's what that was one. Really, realistically, that's what I kind of brought up at first when we was in the previous call. Uh, with that first clip, I was wondering who exactly could she be running from, and that kind of leads into I don't. I'm kind of talking about both clips in tangent with the Cersei stuff and the Winterfell stuff in the crypts, but I was wondering exactly why is it exactly that Jamie has to talk about him fighting for the living? Who's opposing Jamie on fighting for the living? Obviously, I feel like the only person he could be talking about is Cersei. Cersei, who we know is conniving. You know what I mean? She's a she's a bitch. And don't nobody don't nobody like Cersei. She always up to something, always up to no good. And I was thinking that maybe she would try something underhanded during this time of wars, anything like that. Nonetheless, I think she could be running from them, or be going to I mean Arya. Arya could be running from them, or she could be running to warn people about them or the White Walkers. Either way, I'm big on thinking that like maybe the curveball is she could be going to like warn people. Yeah, she could have been hiding at first, but she definitely could have been hiding from him at some point in general. I do believe that as well. Well, from what they showed.
Yes, see, and that's what that's why they waited. They gave us the trailer a month before it's supposed to release, and yeah, that is definitely a long time to. Yeah, pretty much they gave us blue balls. They gave us blue balls. But listen,
I mean, we gotta wait till October.
That's why I feel like they just gonna throw us the curveball. I don't think that or you know what I mean. I just
Mm-hmm.
I hope that she's probably just somewhere out of the crypts because I feel like some things is
Yeah,
going to
she's
happen.
just not there in the first place.
But I just feel like they definitely trying to look at her. Look at look at that. Look at her. You see that? You see that? You think that's from fighting the whites and stuff? Like I believe some shit, but she looked hurt, and that's a whole different.
Yeah, she do look hurt. She
Like
do look hurt.
that's crazy. And yeah, I think she's fighting. I think she's fighting her way out the Red Keep. But I digress. Let's go to that next scene, and that's another reason why they misleading us because that next scene is of her talking to, I would assume John, because she's holding the dragon glass dagger, and she's like, "I've seen
They don't
death."
even. They do a good job not showing not even exactly who it is at all. Not showing no type of clothing, none of that.
None of it. So I seen death. She says that I seen death. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to seeing this one. You know what I mean? Seeing this death,
Right.
and that's why they want you to think of her in white. You see what I mean with that scene? They want us to feel that. Oh man, this is Arya getting her wish, and that's what I said in one of my reaction of the trailer. Is that I feel like this is what you gonna get your wish. You want to see death up close. You want to see the White Walkers. You gonna get your wish, and that's the feeling they gave us in the trailer.
You're right. You think that? Oh, so the fact that she may be fighting her way out of the Red Keep, you think she may have had a run-in with Cersei?
I hope
Somebody that's on her
list.
On her list.
Okay, here. Let me throw you something. Let me throw you this. Out. Let me throw this. Okay, so let's say, and for recollection, for everybody to know, I watch and I like to listen to everybody's stuff, from the little YouTubers to the bigger ones, when it comes to Game of Thrones, anime, anything. So I've heard some of the plot leaks and stuff like that or whatever, and most of them I would assume was fake anyway. But let's assume one of them was real, and I remember hearing this in one of them. So I'm going to take that a little bit and I'm going to dab it. Let's say that she was fighting her way out of the Red Sea. What if? Who's she going there with? Let's say she went in there with the Hound and stuff like that. So I heard that, let's say the Hound and everybody went on a mission to the Red Keep to go for Cersei in the mountain, which was part of some plot leak or some stuff like that script, which, quote, parentheses, you know what I mean? Like, I don't believe this stuff. So, but let's say if that was the case, what if her and the Hound was fighting through the Red Keep? The Hound died, and she had to make her way out after they fulfilled their mission of taking out either the Mountain or Cersei. I don't think Arya's going to take out Cersei, but what if they fought the Mountain and she had to get out?
I was thinking to myself, Arya, she could have snuck there by herself specifically to kill Cersei. You think she'd go that far?
She's a faceless man. She dealt with the assassins. She's done with the worst of the worst. There's no going far for her. She's done that. She's been there, done that.
We already didn't make allies with them,
right?
Like I'd assume that's without their quote unquote permission, because you're not just gonna ask somebody permission. Yo, can I go take out Cersei?
Yeah,
you know what I mean, wow.
I love Maisie Williams as Arya. Let's just give that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She's
a phenomenal actor.
Thrilling performance for it. I absolutely love it. And you got to remember, we all pretty much around the same age as them and stuff like that. So watching it and stuff like that, most of us grew up with them. Like I said, I watched the show first before the books. But just like with every book, and I got receipts to prove it. Percy Jackson, you know what I mean? Even Twilight and stuff like that. When it comes to them having a movie adaptation, I always try to read the book first, if I do. But Game of Thrones came first. I watched the first season of Game of Thrones. I got into the books. You see what I mean? So you know what I mean?
I'm still slack.
It's just one of those things. Now I know that the show and books and movies, they ain't gonna always get stuff right. But for the show, for what it is, the show is pretty amazing. Even though we don't want to talk about season 7 or 5 or 6 for the most part. Other than a
Nah,
few
6 and 5.
other than a few things, yes, the battle at Hard Home was my favorite episode. I love it. The battle of the bastards was fucking amazing. But
Oh, that
we're
was
talking about one episode through plenty
right.
of episodes. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I digress. Let's. What you want to add to that, bro? That scene with Arya and the dagger. Who you think she was talking to? What's up? What's your thoughts on the matter?
So she said she did she say, I gotta go back and see exactly what she said. But did she say she's been waiting for this kill? I want to hear exactly what she said. I'm about to listen to it right now, so I can see exactly what she
Let
said.
me
But did she
know.
say
Let me
she?
know.
Because she said if she said she was waiting for this kill, like I think like who it's got to be somebody like I'm thinking that's on her list. I can't really think of who's on her list other than like the Mountain Cersei anymore. But I'm trying to find it. I'm thinking of
Melisandre. She
Blind
got
Boy right
Melisandre
now.
on her list still.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say. I totally forgot to share this, by the way. So let me make sure to do that while I can. Boom, 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 boom. But yeah, bro, if we could move on to the next scene if you want. We could break it down the next scene whenever you're ready. I'm trying to share this page real quick, so make sure.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
So another thing that I kind of briefly mentioned in my last quote unquote theory, whatever you want to call it, is Jamie. He's talking about who exactly he's talking. That's another thing that they did. Another time that they did it, Jamie, whoever the hell he's talking to when he says he wanted to fight for the living. Like, who is he? Like, I know I kind of went on a tangent about maybe he's talking to Cersei and all that bullshit, and she may go betray everybody. But all that aside, who I want to know who Jamie was talking to when he was talking about I'm gonna fight for the living, and I'm not gonna break that promise. Who's out here trying to break that promise?
Huh. No,
Because
I think no. You see, in that
Mm-hmm.
he was surrounded by guards and stuff like that, and I would assume he was just talking to Winterfell. That's what I'm thinking.
Trying to convince that he's on their side.
Yeah, and he probably told them that Cersei's breaking her promise, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either way, it's like there's some foul play going on. Like if he got to defend himself, they already are in a clear cut alliance. Why does he have to defend himself? Like, why is he put in that position? That's what I'm looking at. Like, why is that going on?
Brand's probably there. You know what I mean? Since Brand's there, we probably got new insight on what happened to him. And he probably was like, yeah, this is what happened. Jamie pushed me out the window. He's like, well, I'm still fighting for the living, you guys.
There would be some shit too, because Brand really don't have no emotion about it, so he'll just let it out. Remember that time you pushed me out the window?
They're gonna look at him like,
hey, I'm here to fight for the living. Nah, I feel you on that. I'm here to fight for the living. What do you mean? Relax. But then also, what I kind of saw was Cersei. Well, why is she crying? Because it's what's it called? Is King's Landing about to be taken over?
That was my first.
What is she crying about?
That was my first guess. Was maybe she know it's the end of them, and she's about to cry. But then we got to remember she was supposed to be pregnant.
Ooh, yeah.
So you kind of got it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That was my first guess, though, is that she probably know it's the end for them, so she finna cry. But then you think it's Cersei we talking about.
Yeah,
it's got to be something
like it gotta be massive to make her cry.
Okay, so peep game.
That's why I was kind of agreeing with you when you said it might be the end of them, but no, I'm listening.
You gotta remember when Stannis was storming the gates and stuff, and she thought all of them was about to die. she wasn't crying then. She was about to kill her son and then call it a day, kill herself, and she wasn't crying. She's like, a lioness don't cry. It is what it is. So it has to be something. The only time you really see her cry is when it dealt with her children. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So maybe something happened. Maybe something happened to her pregnancy. Like maybe it's not real, and she been saying it's real the whole time, and you know what I mean, the truth comes out. Maybe
it's possible. Like
one of the gods took away her kids. One of the gods of the flame, gods of the light. That's what she get for blowing up the temple.
Sarah. All right. What? I think she worshipped the seven. I think they worshipped the seven. Even though she should definitely probably be worshiping R'hllor. But yeah.
I was gonna say she definitely she can't. She
okay. So I definitely forgot one of the other scenes. First scenes was Davos walking through the battlefield or walking on looks like the castle wall, because we all know Davos is not a fighter, so he's kind of just roaming along on the battlements. But you think he's commanding the garrison? He might be commanding the garrison or something like that.
He might just be. Now that you mention it, I'm going back through it one more time and see what you see where it
at. Boom. But yes, I just had to repost that on Twitter, let y'all know. And yes, by the way, if you not subscribed, we're gonna be doing more stuff like this, podcasts and much more. Not just Game of Thrones stuff, but plenty of content. So make sure y'all subscribe to both our pages at It's Real Tony and Townzie, Sir Townzie the Great. That's what I call him. Nah.
Hey man, I appreciate it.
With that quick one out the way, let's get back into it. I had to post that, so I posted on my smaller one.
Don't forget to follow the Twitters too.
Oh yeah, you gotta follow the Twitter handlers
to see what we're up to, because I always post when I'm streaming.
Yeah, you do. So we got after we see him running through the garrison. So they do had a lot of stuff split up in pieces, kind of like you'll see it as you can see through the slideshow.
Right.
That other scene with her, like, you had a few scenes, so I took a few screenshots, and one of those, it's Arya again, but she looks like she's limping, and once again we are talking about where she's running through the crypts or town or the castles. Regardless, it really has you thinking, like, is it really it? This really the final? This is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it tries to give you a sense of urgency.
Yeah, it got me like really scared for her. Like the way she was moving, the way she, you see it, and that's why I like Maisie Williams. She's amazing at it. But you could see the fear. Like, you don't see fear from a faceless man. Like,
yeah,
I never even thought of a faceless man fearing anything.
Yeah, no.
Like, don't they stare death in the face? But then again, she is Arya Stark and she is home. But you know what I mean?
But even then, like, even before the faceless man, it's still not a lot of things that could have scared Arya Stark. Obviously, the things in the faceless man kind of did, because I mean, that's one thing.
Let's talk about Arya Stark feats, though.
Yeah,
let's talk about that. Not only when she was Arya Stark at the beginning of Game of Thrones, she was supposed to be 8, like in the books and shit, right? Like, I would assume she was like 8, 7, 8. She's older than Bran, so she's about 8. She made her first kill, escaping the castle. She watched her dad head get rolled off.
She didn't watch.
She didn't watch, but she was there. You're absolutely right.
She felt her eyes. She felt that moment. She definitely felt the impact.
So then she had to hit the road, play as a guy. She had to play a boy for years, damn near, or months. She had to play her part. So as they doing that, her mentor dies because they looking for Gendry, the city guards. You know what I mean? She get through that, becomes a slave, getting tortured. All these people getting tortured by the Tickler and stuff like that at Harrenhal. You know, she had to play her part. Then escape. Go to
right.
go to the
Damn.
free cities. Go to the
On some
free
Luffy
cities.
shit.
Become a faceless man. Get stabbed multiple times. Thrown in the river. What I'm trying to say is Arya Stark has seen it all, been through it all, and to
She
see
been through some
her
things.
running through the wherever the crypts or the castle, looking scared and helpless, that hurts me right there. You know what I mean? In a funny spot. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts.
No, I feel it.
You know.
But I just, what can is, she probably hasn't seen. See now, in that case, it would kind of make sense if it was the White Walkers, because it was like to see hordes of those, it's terrifying. Has to be horrifying. Has to be. But no,
so
but
quiet,
also because it like, no, I agree. It is very quiet. But
are you good, bro? Go ahead.
oh yeah, no problem. I was gonna say, if men would men scare Arya Stark, like men as in like a human?
No, see, and that's my thing. Like, I wouldn't think they would. You know what I mean? I wouldn't think that a man, a mountain, or anybody. You know, I mean, the mountain is on her list.
Yeah,
So I don't think, you know what I mean? So that's the part. Like, that's why I'm like, okay, you know,
it's like something has to really scare Arya Stark.
it have to be like deadly. You know, so I don't know. That's a good point. That's a good point. But let's proceed. If you got anything more left on that little shot,
Not on that shot.
You got anything else you know might be hitting any Easter eggs they might be throwing at us? I don't think so. But it's just her running through the hall, so I'm gonna assume.
Not with that, no sir.
So I'm trying to remember, and I'm going to try to keep it in order as I can. As you can see, the pictures are not in order, but I fairly remember how the trailer went. And the next scene, we had Sansa seeing the dragons for the first time in Winterfell.
Mm-hmm.
And
She was surprised they existed in the first place.
I gotta say, this is the brightest I think I've seen Game of Thrones in a long time. Because usually, even when it's bright in Game of Thrones, they have a darker like tone or filter to it. You know what I mean? To make it seem like it's dark. But with that scene in Winterfell and dragons pulling up and the dragons flying over Sansa, it's like, damn, they here. The Dragon Queen is here. I gotta meet the Dragon Queen. What the fuck is this?
You see the dragons flying in, the Unsullied rolling in the Winterfell.
You see,
it's real.
Like
what's it called? And it's like literally like, I agree with you. Bright. It's like when you first see the white dragon like going down. It's like all of the snow, like all of the snow just makes all of it look so bright.
Yeah,
it looks so light.
It's white. It's light. It's the lightest we've seen Game of Thrones, and I feel like that's that nice bittersweet. Like, it's gonna be bitter, but like there's gonna be this brightness. Like that's that.
It's like a show that's like this, but bright. Oh man, oh man.
Yes,
this last season might be kind of vivid.
Man,
kind of vivid.
That scene, like I said, it's just like Sansa. Like, and a lot of people think she looks scared. I don't see fear in Sansa. Like, I don't see it. If anything, it's like she sees power. Sansa is like a Cersei. Like, people don't get that.
That's her come to a realization phase.
Like, yeah, that's her realization. Like, the Dragon Queen is here. This is happening. I need to get my A game on.
Yeah, like the moment Jon and them convince her, it's like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe she should be queen, or you know what I mean, this or that, or maybe what, you know what I mean? Something. I know you know what I'm getting at.
Like, I don't know. I thought that was a clean little glimpse. Nice. Got us, you know what I mean? Like, it's getting us like feeling like Sansa, just amazed. Everybody see this stuff. It's amazement. We got the screenshot that we seen of Arya, you know, in the peasants and stuff, most likely looking up at the dragons and stuff in amazement.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and the only reason I brought that up is because we can kind of glimpse right over that one. It's not, you know what I mean, nothing in that. It's kind of it was something we've already seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And
Everybody gets amazed at him.
Exactly.
Everybody's like, dragons? They exist? Yeah.
Oh my God! There's a dragon wildebeest.
Y'all thought y'all was playing when they said a dragon burned down that village? Y'all really thought they was playing?
Man, like I don't know. I just feel something with that little glimpse. Like, and that's crazy that you could get so much out of a trailer. Like, you could literally feel like Sansa. Probably, like, if you know Sansa, you probably get what she's thinking.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Arya. Right after when you see the dragons in that little valley, she looks like amazed.
See, and yeah, with the dragons in the valley part,
Everybody's looking up.
That looks up north, and I don't know if anybody talked about that. That looks north, like
oh yeah, that's definitely
because they probably
wall. Because they definitely, well, I don't know about beyond the wall, but like it looks like it's up north. It could be like because it's winter's there, so it could be snowing because they probably gonna have to evacuate people. So they're gonna probably send somebody like Arya back. That would make sense.
See, take a look at this terrain though. The other valleys that they was flying through. Now, with the geography of Game of Thrones, I can't really think of anything
anywhere
specifically where they be at with that terrain of them flying through those. You know what I mean? Through the terrain like that.
I agree.
So, I immediately thought of Beyond the Wall.
I agree now. Yeah, I definitely agree now. Yeah, now you mentioned that terrain because it's like icy waters below. I just paused at it. Yeah, it's icy waters below and all that too. Oh yeah.
But if that
at
is
1,000,000%, because you could see. Oh no, I'm listening. My bad.
No, bro, you good. But I understand because at the same time, like with that just brings up more questions, and that's why the hell are they behind the wall again?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? What the fuck? Why are they behind the wall? Like,
Well, with the White Walkers and all them, you can't imagine they left people behind, right?
Like,
do you think they left forces behind, or do you think they just walking with all the White Walkers? Because if they did, maybe if they explore where the White Walkers are, like maybe something might be there if they explore where the White Walkers are.
You think they're gonna go to the land of always winter? You think we're gonna see the land of always?
This is all off the dome now. Bro. Now that you mentioned that, you just blew my mind.
I would love to see the land of always winter. But
what's up?
I would say I would love to see the land of always winter. But at the same time, I didn't see anybody on their back. So either they was CGI'd out, or there was nobody on their back, because it looked like they was leaving from Winterfell. Or this is probably the same scene of them flying over Winterfell, over Sansa and stuff, and kind of like, just in amazement. But I don't. If they was taking off, let's say they was taking off or something, or leaving, or let's say that scene was kind of going into that other scene of them going up north. Why would they be leaving? Where would they be going? Why would they be going up north if they are going to the land of always winter?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Even if they're not going to the land of always winter, why?
Like, there's no.
I do agree. I do agree that that's from up north. Now that you look at the whole geography, that looks like a winter mountain.
Mm-hmm. And like you just seeing all the snow, they trying to lay it on thick that winter's here, and we know.
Yeah, that's not a regular winter. That's like an ice cap.
That was there, but
yeah, you're right.
Man, we could definitely talk more about that, like the reasons why they would be beyond the wall. What it be the thing? What it be the reasons? Man, there's just so many things that's going through my mind that could be the reasons why they be on the wall. Yeah. Or if they was to go to always winter, what would be in the, like we see at one time, what in season 3, season 2, when was it when we first see the White Walkers take the baby and we first see the Night King touch the baby and he turns, you know what I mean? First see the White Walkers being created.
Yeah.
It's been a while, so I feel like we have to explore that. If they are going to end these 6 episodes, if they are going to give us a chance to actually explore the White Walkers background, hopefully if they did do that, they don't give us a quick fucking 2-minute breakdown of it. I want to see what is up with all the White Walkers. If we are going to the world always winter, why? Like, is it to do with Jon or is it to do with Daenerys? And We did like.
I just want to know why in general. Like why, why do the White Walkers like that? It just doesn't make sense.
Man,
What did Summer do to y'all?
bro, we could break down that one little scene of them being beyond the wall anymore, or we could break down the next scene. Let's get to this next scene.
Oh yeah.
All right, so after we see that, the next thing we see vaguely, and once again, I'm going off the top of my dome from remembering the trailer, is Euron ships and stuff, right?
Yeah.
We see Euron. We see 3 ships first, which didn't make sense to me because I was like, hold up, I don't think the Golden Company is gonna fit on 3 fucking ships.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what I mean? I think they need a little bit more than 3 ships, but then they show all the other ships and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, that's a little better. We see the back of the leader of the Golden Company head. He looks blonde. He looks tall, kind of like a little Jamie, but we don't know yet. Once again, most of the information I do get on like casting calls and stuff like that are from other YouTubers, so I couldn't tell you. But what was it supposed to be, like a Harry Strickler or something like that? I don't know. But the Golden Company, it is amazing to see the Golden Company. I'm pretty psyched to see the Golden Company.
See exactly what they can do.
Like since you
the rumors,
yeah. So and that's the thing, like, and that's the only part about, like, if you do like the books and you know the books and stuff like that, you are pretty stoked to see the Golden Company because it brings so many more things with the Golden Company. Now, with the Golden Company in the show, it could be used as a quick write off, or like literally just another thing to show conflict, or to use as a plot device later to, you know what I mean, spice things up.
You think that this the official trailer? You think they're just gonna put it in there for no reason?
No. See, that's not what I'm trying to say. By that, I'm saying like the Golden Company in a book definitely would have more meaning than the Golden Company right now that we're about to see. But I'm still pretty excited to see the Golden Company, and I think they're going to use the Golden Company either for their, you know what I mean, like a little convenience, little plot convenience on their end to add either a little twist or just conflict. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, you don't have to just worry about the White Walkers. You got to worry about the Golden Company too. But with the Golden Company,
that makes sense. And that's exactly what I was saying. Well, not specifically with the Golden Companies, but having to worry about the White Walkers and possibly something just underhanded in general, whether it be Cersei or anybody. But I agree that I think they're gonna have to deal with somebody other than the White Walkers. They, as in, like, you know what I mean, our main cast and crew, Jon, Daenerys, and all of them, have to face somebody other than the White Walkers. And somebody trying. So I believe that Jamie scene is. I know that's cutting back to what we talked to before, but I think they're just cutting to something, just alluding to something a little more. So some type of, I do believe some type of foul play is going on too, somewhere along the lines.
So do you believe this is the last trailer? Is this the only trailer they're gonna release to us, or you think we're gonna get any more information? Because if not, I will proceed to what I was going to say, but
the last.
Because they waited so long to give us this, so this could either be the only trailer or there's gonna be one more trailer.
Now they probably gonna try to hype it up as much as possible, since they waited for so long. Right. So thinking about it, it probably won't be the last trailer. They'll probably have another one. I can't imagine a third, but they'll probably have a second.
Then there's a lot of things that's still in play. Then, like, there's a lot of houses that they didn't show in this trailer that could still play a pretty good role. The phrase. What's left of them. There's of the women, who knows, they could probably pull Alistair Karstark, Alice Karstark, and, you know, Ned Karstark, make them swear fealty to the River Lords or whatever. But you still got Edmure, Tully. You still
Greyjoy.
You know what I mean? You got the Greyjoys. Yep. You still got Yara. Yep. Yara.
And now that you say that, thinking about, like, if. That's a hard if now. If they have another trailer, and if they do 2 specific families, because it looks like it was looking like they was highlighting 2 families, but and now the next one, it kind of looks like, not next one, but like if that happens again, that look like, you know, kind of significant if they just highlight 2 families. Do those 2 families have something to do with each other? Obviously these 2 do, But you know, what I mean, are they in the same trailer for a reason? Because you know they like to throw all of the curveballs.
So if they really are, let's say if they are emphasizing the Starks and the Lannisters, then that's just a callback to season 1.
Yeah, that's where it all started.
Like the whole season 1 started between the Darks. I said the Darks, the Starks and the Lannisters. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And when you take that, we all know that George R. R. Martin, his whole book was, you know, the whole thing starts with the Starks and the Lannister conflict and etc. That's just poetry there. If everything's just going to come back to the Starks and the Lannisters and stuff like that.
Yep. And then so, I mean, and that being the case, if so, then it would also make sense if there wasn't another trailer, because that kind of says, you know, Starks and Lannisters, we are where we, I mean, we are where we began. We back. That's all that needs to be said. So that also would kind of make sense in that case. But I kind of still think it's gonna be another one.
I wouldn't complain if we didn't get another trailer.
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
I wouldn't complain.
We got a lot of. I feel like we got a lot of stuff.
I'm pretty stoked for what we did see.
We already got a day. It's a month.
We still haven't even touched all the screenshots yet because there's still more we can talk about. And I just man, I'm pretty stoked. That's all it is. Like I'm pretty stoked. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. A few theories I would like to talk about. We still got to finish up everything that happened at the Tower of Joy. We got to figure out everything that happened out during Robert's Rebellion and stuff like that. I want to see everything, and I want to see the final fight between Rhaegar and Robert. I still want to see that. So hopefully we really do get that scene in season 8 where we finally get to see what happened in the Trident, because I'm pretty stoked to see that.
It's big hype for this season.
I feel like we finna get a lot of payoff, because I want to talk about, and now I'm finna kind of be all over the place, because they show you Gendry. And I want y'all to think about this. They showed us a quick glimpse of Gendry. Yes. Real quick glimpse. Let's not forget who the fuck Gendry is, right? Let's not forget who he is.
He also been through some things.
Is Gendry Baratheon. That's who he is, and who he will be. He is Gendry. He is a Baratheon, even though he's a bastard. He is a Baratheon, and I feel like they tried to low blow it. You know what I mean? Like, kind of, like, well, they doing?
They've been keeping that low key but it's like they've been subtle hints that, oh yeah.
Let's not forget, he's a king. He's a king's son. Yes. And the thing is,
and they keep making him important. They keep making him clearly survive.
They really shorted his role in the trailer, because what they did was they showed tools being made, and then they showed Gendry, and they like, look, he's making tools. He's doing what he's supposed to do now. Nah, don't try to underplay Gendry's role. Gendry's gonna play a big role. And
it's an important trailer. Important people got showed.
Exactly. They didn't show Gendry for no reason, because he's gonna make a sword. Gendry's gonna play a big role. Now, is he gonna play a part in that big twist that they're talking about? Who knows? Can Gendry play a part in that big twist? Because his mother was a blonde. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Those genetics flow.
I mean, you know, they don't show too many emphasis on his mom. It's a quick go by, but I think there's pretty much hints on who his mom could be, and if that could play a role, because a lot of the undertones for Game of Thrones is that it's all about the man and the power struggle and the man line and the man, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, you gotta be a man.
Basically, a lot. That's realistically, yeah, that's right.
That's what people think. But I got a different viewpoint on it. My thing is, I really do believe that Game of Thrones is about all the women, and that you think their story is the side story, but most of the stories, most of the main plots all go. It's all surrounding women.
They ain't loyal.
No, it's not even just about that. Like it's like people. Like, all right, so you got Cersei. Like, think about it. The whole beginning of the story started off with Cersei. Cersei and Jamie getting caught pushing Bran out the window. Boom. That's pretty much
that was definitely Jamie.
That was the night. You know what I mean? That's what ignited the fuse. That ignited the fuse. You know what I mean? That's what did that. All right. So now we started. We here. You know what I mean? So that started with the things I do for love. So he did that for Cersei, etc. For love, Catelyn Stark caught Tyrion. Tried to take him to the Eyrie to get trialed for, you know what I mean, murdering her son or trying to murder her son, which we all know that was false.
For some shit he didn't do.
But a woman made the wrong move that got Ned Stark, you know what I mean, trapped and fucked up. And now I'm not saying that all the problems is around women. I mean, a lot of them are.
No, I feel you.
But I'm trying to say that the story evolves around them. Lyanna Stark. Oh, you know what I mean? Oh, a lot of people say he was kidnapped and she was kidnapped and raped by Rhaegar. You know what I mean? But that was false. Yeah. Daenerys Targaryen, a princess, a Targaryen princess, coming back to take over her rightful throne that goes to her bloodline. You know what I mean? It's a
the
female.
Stuff that happened between Arya and Joffrey. That was very cataclysmic.
Sansa.
Cataclysmic.
And if you go all the way back to Aegon's conquest, Viseria and Rhaenys. I mean, like, you got all these women in Game of Thrones and in the books and in the show that play major parts, but it's so overshadowed because you're like, oh man, this guy is the rightful king, or he's a badass, or this, you know what I mean? Like, the women plot push it a lot, and I could go into detail on why I'm saying this, but this, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much to it on why it's around women, right. Like the actual stories around women. It's a lot of undertones about it.
No, it is a lot about the women, a lot of.
But I'm definitely going on to a whole different topic. Like
you said, you warned us you would. You warned us you would.
Like yeah, man. But like, it's so much. Like, I swear. And let's talk about that scene. And it actually just popped up with the boy climbing up and seeing the Unsullied all traveling to Winterfell, which is an amazing shot, by the way. Sorry, it just looks amazing to me. A lot of the shots that they showed looked amazing to me.
Yeah, they did a lot of beauty shots.
Oh man, like, I just had to take it deep, bro. Anything in particular you want to talk about, though, bro? Because like I said, I'm just kind of picking and choosing the screenshots now.
Oh no, because at this point, I think we didn't cover it, most of it.
I mean, we covered a lot of it. Not most of it, because you had the part with.
Well, we at the end now.
Yeah.
Where what's it called? Where Arya was looking up at the dragons too. Well, not I say at the dragons, but Arya was looking amazed right after we saw dragons and Cersei crying. Yeah. I'm kind of at the trailer right now, but they had Arya looking up and kind of looking amazed. All of the people around her was kind of scrambling, and they were also kind of looking up in the direction she was looking up. So it was also very icy. That's why I was kind of thinking that maybe I don't know whether we talked about this in the stream or the last call we were in, but maybe that was definitely the stream. They're across the wall because not across the wall, but in a snowy environment because they need to evacuate people from like a little bit, like, you know what I mean, above where Winterfell is. I say above, farther north than Winterfell. Maybe there's a possibility that some type of snowy terrain up there. Bro. But it's like those people are scrambling. They've never seen dragons. It's possible that they could be out there evacuating people.
I don't think anybody is in the north. I don't think anybody is evacuated from. I think everybody's going. If they're in the north, they already going. Right. I think
they could be scrambling because they see dragons. Yeah, that is a keen possibility. I feel like that's normal.
That's true. I mean, Who knows? There is one screenshot that just popped up that I really do want to talk about, and that's Varric, Dugdarian, Torment, and Ed coming like walking through like something. It seemed like it's a really dark place, but that has to be in the first. A lot of these scenes have to take place in the first episode, like a lot of these scenes, because like they had to have just came. They had to just made it to the Castle Black. Is what I'm assuming. Yeah, Ed is probably walking them through, and they probably know that the White Walkers got through. So I don't hear people saying this. Not the Night Watch might be in Winterfell also.
You know what? That's actually true.
Which means we might get a few more reunions, like Ed and fucking John seeing each other again, or you know what I mean, Sam and Dan. You know,
it's like at that point, are they still night? You know what I mean, Night's Watch. Like, what? Y'all ain't on there protecting the wall. Y'all protecting man.
Exactly. Like so, you the shield that guards and surrounds the man.
Yeah.
Not the shield that guards the wall.
Yeah. Facts.
You know.
I kind of corrected myself.
Hey, you know, hey, it is what it is. But let's talk about the shot of like Grey Worm and Miss Sunday kissing. I feel like they showed us a lot of Grey Worm.
Yeah,
and
you back on this, don't know.
I know, man. I'm telling you, they showed us too much Grey Worm.
They did show us. We did get a lot of Grey Worm shots.
And a lot of epic.
A lot of. If you're a Grey Worm fan, a lot of things you want to see. Him with his lady, him going to battle, him looking like he's about to make his last stand.
My spidey senses are tingling.
Stop, tingling.
I think that's pretty much confirmed. Grey Worm dead at Winterfell. Battle of Winterfell. I'm telling you, man, it sucks. It sucks, man. I think we're gonna lose some people. You can see it in his eyes that he's about to die. You can see it.
That's wild.
You can see it. You see how as he's putting in his helmet, they zoom in on him, and they're like, "It's Grey Worm time." Like you see that shit, like man. But yo, last but not least, my favorite scene, my favorite clip, my favorite part in this whole fucking trailer. Sir Podrick looking nice.
Yo,
Sir Podrick's out here, boy. Like
your man is in the lineup, front and center. Bring the White Walkers. Do you see fear on his face?
You don't.
No.
He looks steady. The hardest out there.
He look a little more steady than Brienne. He look. My boy is ready for a fight. My man's is ready for a fight. White Walkers. Where? That horseman? Please.
What?
I see he got an arm on him. He could take down Dragon's Eye, but can he sword fight? Can he sword fight though?
Can he fuck with Miss Brienne? Sir Brienne?
Why John alive? Why John alive? Oh, okay then.
Like Podrick the Beast,
you boy. Take down the mighty dragon, but you couldn't take down Jon Snow.
I'm telling you, Podrick was killing. Man, yo, he looks clean up there. It's good to see my man
Podrick. Podrick solo all of them. Podrick about to go solo all of them.
You know, I got a dream for Podrick. Like I got a dream. Like I seen my man go from a stumbling squire to
real life
to a man on the front line with Brianna Tarr. Jorah Mormont, he's up there with legends. Let's not forget that.
Jaime Lannister.
No, he's up there with legends. Jon Snow is a legend. Let's not get that facts. He's a legend.
And Jaime Lannister back up. He said, "I lost my sword hand. Let me go ahead and learn with another hand. Back to the fight. I fight for people. Let's get it."
The Onion Knights on the wall. He's a legend. All these people that we know as side character and stuff is gonna be written in the history books of Game of Thrones as legends. And we got Sir Podrick. Sir Podrick. Let's not forget the Sir. What if he get knight? Man, yo, I hope Podrick, like as an Easter egg to like Sir Duncan Egg. Like as Duncan Egg as an Easter egg. I hope Sir Podrick get knighted before.
That'd be dope.
Like, you know, because I feel like if Brianna Tarf, you know how she's so big, kind of replicating
Mm-hmm.
Dunk, Esquire, a Hedge Knight who got, you know what I mean? We really
That'd be
don't know
dope.
if he actually got knighted or not, but still,
Yeah.
what if Brianna Tarf knight Podrick before like
And
something
it's like
happened?
now we see him in the front lines. Like, I mean, I almost want to say maybe he wants to now, but obviously he does. You know what I mean? He stayed how he stayed. He stayed where he stayed. So
Right. I
he's
got,
about. That's your boy.
bro. I got Podrick being a King's Guard.
Easy, easy.
I
I can
got
agree with
Podrick
that.
as being a King's
Easy,
Guard on
easy.
everything I do, bro.
He gonna do something, and he gonna do something miraculous, and everybody gonna see it. He got to. I feel like he definitely be one that
Like
live. Kingsley definitely like he like history books, and he gonna be one of the people there to live it.
history books. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to make my profile picture Sir Podrick, because I'm telling you, Podrick, bro. I'm telling you, you see no bitch in him, bro. No bitch
No, not at
on
all.
the front line,
Not at all.
and I'm
Not at
just
all.
so happy for him. I see
He
him
ready.
becoming a King's Guard member. Like, what if him and Brienne become King Guard? I'm just saying.
It's time.
The first woman's King Guard.
Oh yeah.
Her squire
Yeah.
becomes a
You can
King's
see
Guard in
You,
game.
you can see it all happening.
We might
Brienne
lose Grey Worm.
and Brienne gets knighted, and then they like, hey, Podge, come on, you know United too,
Hey,
bro. Come on.
bro, quick off the wall theory. Quick
What's up?
off the wall. This is off the wall. I have no evidence.
Yeah.
Gendry and Sansa get married. Podrick,
Oh.
Brienne both become on a King's Guard. And they both,
Hold up, Gendry and wait, huh?
yeah, we just off the wall. Fuck it.
Has he been the low key man she been waiting for? Is that what it is?
Is it?
How
Hey,
old
who
is
knows?
Gendry? And compared to her?
Who Gendry?
Yeah.
Gendry ain't that much older than Sansa.
Mm.
But we ain't even talking about that. Fuck Gendry and Sansa getting married. We talk about Podrick becoming a King's Guard.
Yeah, no, fuck.
This is what we talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna be a Kingsguard. To who? We don't know.
Man,
definitely
I'm just
Kingsguard.
fucking around. I just hope he don't die during this battle. I feel like great.
I feel like he's one that's not. No, I
We
agree
gonna
with you.
lose
I feel
soldiers.
like he's one that's not.
We're gonna lose some characters y'all loved these last few seasons.
Oh yeah,
Like it's gonna hurt. I feel like they put too much emphasis on Grey Worm. They trying to let us know, yeah, he's dead. You know, I really do. Like you watch.
Boy.
Come on, bro. You watch this shit. You read. You watch. You know these things. You can see this stuff coming a mile away now. You know what I mean? We could. That's like I try to hope. I'm hoping for the best for Podrick, but
They're gonna try to show you the most of them before they execute them.
Podrick is easily somebody they could kill off. And I'm just saying, like they could easily kill him off, and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, see, we killed off a named character that y'all like, but we ain't killing off a big character." They could
What if
easily
it
do that.
happen?
I'm hoping
What if
they don't.
Sad. If it do happen, I'm sad.
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna be terrified, man. I'm gonna be like, Gendry, Podrick,
Everybody in the front line right there just
Yeah.
get massacred.
Like, man, that's somebody we didn't see armed up. Is Gendry? You think? I mean, like Gendry with a, he like hammer, so a dragon glass hammer.
Oh, ooh, that'd be kind of clean.
Oh, so
Roll it
apparently
through.
on a plate, it's a sigil of direwolf and a dragon. On the
A
plate,
direwolf and that's
it's a combo.
signification.
That's
We out here
clean.
unifying.
That's clean.
That's dope.
I mean, like this chapter. I mean, like this season. Like, I was like, man, like I'm about to say chapter. Like, man,
Yeah.
bro. But this season is just like
Oh yeah, no. This trailer,
it's gonna be
this,
amazing.
they definitely did a good job showing basically not only everything people want to see, but throwing a lot of curveballs along with that.
And the thing is, what they didn't show you, like
Mhm.
really, they didn't show you a lot. They didn't show you the Night King. They didn't show you anything like Howland Reed that a lot of people want to see, or even a shadowy figure that could be emphasizing Howland Reed. They
Right.
didn't show you the owls of the owls of faces that a lot of people are thinking about, or like they didn't even show much of Bran.
Yeah, they showed one little shot of him and Sam.
All they showed you was some aftermaths of some fights, some scenes of you don't see anything, but you see some things going through the fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it could be man, like
They're seeing a variety of emotions.
They show us just enough to get our heads going, to get some of these theories out, to get just what we need, but leave out so much to get us even more questions. You know what I mean?
It's already been an hour. The brains are rattling.
Right. Oh, hey, we got a comment. How's it going today? I hope I said it right. Della. I'm sorry. I hope I said that right. Brienne could be killed, and Podrick then he steps in and to take her life. Oath to be sworn sword for Sansa. Sorry, I'm fucking for Sansa and Arya.
I can see that happening completely.
Yeah, it's like you think she like pretty much Podrick taking on her wishes of protecting Sansa and Arya for Lady Catelyn.
Because this entire well, obviously before he was with Tyrion, but almost this entire time he's been with Brienne. So
I could definitely see that, but do we really believe Brienne's gonna die? Like I can't.
I could definitely see Brienne as a death cake. I can see Brienne dying.
Brienne went through some shit though. Like Brienne been through some shit, and even worse in the books. I mean, even worse in the books, bro. But we're talking about the show here. Brienne been through some shit, and I think her end game. I know a lot of people say like, you know what I mean, like George R. R. Martin's thing is like, don't expect the best for all of them. No, we ain't supposed to expect the best. Mm-hmm. But I think it's so set up for her like to become a Kingsguard and actually become a Kingsguard member, to be written in the history books. That I don't think she's gonna die.
Maybe she finally gets to realize her dream of protecting the queen, where like she protects Sansa from something specific or something like that, and she died.
And I can see that her dying a heroic death. And the thing is, she fulfilled her goals. She got her revenge for killing Stannis. She done that. So I agree with you 100. That could definitely happen. But I think it's probably just my preference getting in the way and what I really want to see. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I you know me, I'm going to always spit. I'm going to tell the truth. I think that's me, like, just, like, putting that ahead of what could happen. Like, that could be exactly it. But I just want to see Brienne becomes a Kingsguard. So that's what it is. I think it's just what I want to happen. So, but yes, that's a good thing. And thank you for stopping by and leaving a comment. I appreciate that. Like, you know, but
no, I think that's very possible.
Yeah, that's very possible, but I just don't want to see it. But Padre, like, I do want to see it. Let me rephrase that. I do want to see it. I just don't want to see Brienne die. I do want to see her be that first woman Kingsguard.
It's a lot of people that I don't even think that I would realize that I want to see die, that I don't want to die, and it's just like, wait, hold up, you can't die yet.
A lot of people want to kill off Ed so quick. I don't. I want to see Ed live. He became Lord Commander by like literally just get tossed a jacket to become Lord Commander, and y'all want to see my man die? No,
I want to see him die. He aight.
Right.
Cool.
But there's a lot.
He ain't shady.
There's a lot of characters that could just be gone. Like,
I know I've very much emphasized in my live reaction that Cersei could drop dead.
You think Cersei? Oh, they got something special for Cersei.
No. I said she can drop dead at any point in time, and I wouldn't mind. That would be, in my opinion, that'd be great writing. She could just die, dead. Great writing. Cool. Cersei gone. Sweep her to the side.
Okay, you talking about show then? Okay, I appreciate. I mean, yeah, that's fine. I guess you can do anything there. That's fine. I be damn. We got plans for Cersei. I know. I want to see. I mean, just blowing up the Sept. Yeah, I guess that's cool for Cersei. But I mean, in the show, but she got bigger plans than that. She's Ares 2.0. You know what I mean? So I want to see. I want to see Cersei live and get away with all her bullshit. Because let's not forget, Ned Stark was going to let Cersei live. He wanted her, and that was what got him killed. I'm stumbling on words. I apologize. But that's what got him killed. Is his kindness. He wanted Cersei to live. He wanted Cersei to get the kids and get the fuck out. But you know that bit him. Let's
Yeah,
say
dude.
you don't think somebody's gonna show her the same kindness again. She's by herself. She's alone. Like she probably, I mean, she is known for blowing up the Great Sept. But I mean, words, different things happen, and throughout the books and throughout the history of Game of Thrones, we've seen different things happen of people who's supposed to go on trial and get away with it. The leader of the Golden Company, the man who found the Golden Company, Sir Bittersteel. Uh, he went on trial. They sent him to the Night's Watch. His people broke him out, and they sell to sell to Essos. So I mean, like people get out of situations in here. So
Yeah, they
I'm
got
not
this
saying like she can't get away from this, and but I just think they got a special death for her. Hold on.
got another chat. She's not a knight, and she doesn't want to be. She likes to be the master of her own fate.
Brienne or Arya, or who?
Still Brienne, same
Brienne?
commenting. Mm-hmm.
You think Brienne? She don't want to be a knight?
No, that's what the chat says. We got another chat. Same.
No, I think Brienne do want like. Well, we know that Brienne her thing for Renly though. She when she wanted to become a knight for Renly is because we know that she had love for Renly because of their history and what happened in their past. But I think her sworn oath is to Sansa and the Arya. So I do believe that you're right. Like so she probably wouldn't just be a knight for anybody. So it would have to be one of them.
Yeah, that was, I believe, kind of alluding back to the her being killed thing.
Yeah. So
But no, that like yeah, that does raise a good point because a lot of times she was just sworn to protect, and the people she was sworn to protect dies. Whether she was a knight or not was, I mean, obviously debatable.
I mean, she was named to the guard, so she was a knight. She was considered
She wanted to be. That's what I.
but I guess just a lot of people didn't respect it. But great points, great points. You're absolutely right. I could. You just putting up more. You just bringing up more facts on your point with Podrick. To be honest, and I could see that. I could see that stuff. You're right. So I will agree with you on that. It would have to take one of them to actually have to. Sansa or Arya would have to be a queen or something like that, or as her position as she is right now, for her to be a knight. So I could see that. Yes, and you're right. And Ellen Payne, I would never forget that. And we know why they don't do Ellen Payne because the actor, and his health. But we'd never forget Sir Ellen Payne, and I wish they would have kept Sir Ellen Payne instead of the whole Jamie and Bronn thing. But yes, and that shows you more for Podrick. You think Podrick could be the next hand of justice, the Podrick the executioner? Well,
That's quite.
You would be the first person I've heard say that or put the two together. Now I've heard a lot of people. We talk about when you talk about Ellen Payne, we all talk about Podrick because those pretty much the only two popular Paynes we know, at least that I know. Other than some of the ones I think they talked about in Dunk and Egg, maybe. Like no, they had to talk about somebody. But far as Paynes, those are the only two I know for certain. And I have never heard anybody associate Podrick pretty much being the King's Justice, the next executioner. That'd be dope. That'd be clean. All credit go to you for that one. But man, is there any of these screenshots that we didn't hit? Because I think I did, other than the one with the Jon and Daenerys walking up to the dragons. And I already told you about that little joke. I'm surprised people ain't make that joke. The his and hers joke. You know what I mean? Look at her dragon and look at mine. Yeah, my girl gotta have a big dragon. You feel me?
You know her.
So we're gonna see those memes soon. Podrick the sweetheart, yeah. Podrick with the magic penis. That's what Podrick is. Let's not forget. Podrick got he got the magic stick. Let's not forget.
Yeah, no, that's that boy. Yeah. Hey, you you gotta be skilled in multiple areas. You know what I mean? You gotta be.
If you don't know, we're manga. We do manga reviews and stuff too. So I was gonna make a joke about him being pretty much the Moonman Rider to me. Moonman Rider's a goat to me, and Patrick, he's another character people sleep on, but he's a goat.
No, I don't know. He got some. Hey, he got some feats. Man, he got to keep his money. He got some feats. Okay, that he will forever be the GOAT, and I think people know that's that boy. Can't nothing happen to Pottery.
Well, I hope not. But I see these screenshots going by, and there is a few we didn't touch on. We got Tyrion. They only showed us one bit of Tyrion, which kind of off to me. But we could definitely drop on that a little bit more.
I feel like Tyrion is like one of those people who lives simply because he's just been dogged the whole show. He just been dogged the whole time.
His whole life been trash.
Right, he been dogged his whole life.
His whole life been trash.
Pre-book.
And if they finna with the show, they pretty much if they really finna have the route where he's going to go the betrayal route or whatever, and how he's gonna do this, because they lowering down a lot of emphasis on that pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's just really the wrong way to go with Tyrion. Tyrion, yes, he always done what was best for his family, but he's known by now what his family done to him and everybody. And Jaime's on the good side, so why would he do anything that?
I think that's more of a Cersei call him a traitor thing, rather than everybody else call him a traitor thing. I feel like that's kind of why she's like the oddball out. That's kind of the only reason I say that maybe she'd be the one that possibly caused something underhanded or something like that. But she's basically the Tyrion hate squad, really. Like she's the captain of that.
And Tyrion saved her life on more counts than she know.
But of course, obviously, Jaime joined the squad when he killed Daddy. So
right. See,
but
I want to rephrase my stuff real quick because I said now he's on a good squad when there ain't technically supposed to be no good and bad squad, and and that's what's kind of like it's kind of blending the two because it's supposed to be kind of like a narrow vision, like there's not necessarily good or bad, there's just is.
Right.
And sometimes Cersei viewpoints is right sometimes, and people don't think about it like that. But Joffrey was right about a few things. Cersei was right about a few things. Ned was right about a few things. Every one of these characters was right about a few things. It's just how they went about it. You know what I mean? And we're going to see how... Huh?
No, I was gonna say Simmer writing a few things, but I'm listening. What's up?
Oh no, you good. I was just gonna say we just gonna see how all these decisions that they made is gonna how it come together in the end game. So I feel like in this season we're gonna see a lot of things happen because of the decisions that was happening in season 1, season 2,
in the beginning. Yeah,
all these seasons that they made is gonna backfire too. You know what I mean?
They did say that we'll see the end in the beginning. That we can.
Yep. They said
we'll see exactly what they meant
in the first season and in the first book. Everything that's going to happen at the end is in the first book, in the first season.
Yeah.
So we have to pay close attention to the things that we see, the things like this. We haven't talked about it yet, but John being at the Harp Tree in Winterfell, that's the God's Wood. And I'm feeling some type of way about that because they just showed us the God's Wood, and it looked beautiful. Like, it looked beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
I love the God's Wood. You see my House Stark banner. We worship the God's Woods around here. But I feel like they want us. They showing us a Ned Stark. Like Jon Snow is such a little Ned Stark. Being at the God's Wood, if he finna go to there and clean Longclaw, just like Ned used to clean ice at the God's Wood. You know what I mean? That's just gonna be another callback. But I think they also finna destroy the God's Wood.
I do agree. We got chatting again.
Okay.
I think that Jaime's only in Winterfell to fight the Walkers, but he'll eventually and always be loyal to the Lannister house. Before the stream, we was kind of talking about how well, it was either before or after, before or during. But we were talking about how Jamie could be who exactly was he talking to when he was saying he fights for the side of the living.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was he in Winterfell when he said that? Because I do agree. I was wondering, like, everybody knows that first wave, that first big battle, the biggest first battle is going to be at Winterfell. So, is it just going to be the Unsullied and Daenerys there, or is Jamie like it makes perfect sense for Jamie to go as representative for, or Jamie and a little army it goes as a representative for King's Landing. So, yeah, I do think he is only in Winterfell to fight the Walkers.
See, I agree, but see, people forget this about Jamie. Jamie always been on the side of the living. Always. Mm-hmm. That's not a throwaway line. Because his whole thing, like his whole reason he's the Kingslayer, is because he killed the king for life. The king.
He always made the right decision, but it made him look like the fucked up dude, except when he pushed that little nigga out the window. But he always made the right decision, and it made him look like the bad dude.
Jamie was made to look arrogant and made to look this way, but his whole life is also tragic. He was used by his king to hurt his father. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He literally get despised, and he talk about it like he dwells on the look that Ned Stark gave him when he entered the throne room after Robert's rebellion and stuff like that, when they was storming the castle. And he dwells on that. He hates the way that he looked on him because he looked down on him for killing his king, which nobody know that he killed his king because his king was about to kill everybody. He saved it. He did it for life. He's on the side of the living. He gave his whole honor for living. So, yeah, he was always be loyal to House Lannister, but he wasn't just loyal to House Lannister that day. Or, like, when he was, you know what I mean? He was loyal to the living. And,
yeah.
This would be his chance to fix his honor by maybe, you know what I mean, helping Jon Snow, which is Rhaegar's, I'm gonna have to refer in the show, Rhaegar's son in the show, not Jon Snow. You know what I mean?
I read that last book,
but he just, oh man, bro, like, hold up, let me finish what I'm saying before I get on that.
No problem.
But he's gonna do something for his son, Rhaegar trusted him. He looked up to Rhaegar. So he's gonna want to protect his son. His last thing, one of his regrets was not protecting Rhaegar's kids. Now that he know he's got a chance to protect Rhaegar's son, he might do something. He might do something against House Lannister, especially if he is the Valakar. So
yeah,
his loyalty to Lyse Lannister,
Rhaegar and all that do make sense.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff. But once again, thank you. I appreciate you interacting with the comment. We love this shit. Yeah, thank you for coming through. You're more than welcome to come by.
Every week for the episodes. We're gonna try to.
Next one most likely going to be on his page. So if you do want to catch it, I will make sure I put a link on it whenever I edit this video. I'm off tomorrow, so we good. But like I said, we've been streaming for a while, and I still got more to talk about. Man, my God. That throne room, they want us to look like that whole zoom out of the throne room. You see Euron in there, so why they zoom out like it's somebody walking in? You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking they were zooming out because they were showing how empty it is, and like how Cersei he either A, has nobody in there with her on purpose, or B, nobody wants to be in there with her.
Right.
But I think it's just emphasizing on the fact that she's alone.
She is alone. You're at bro. Yeah. Yes. That empty throne.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Townzie. Sir Townzie. Yes. Look at that. The imagery there. Yeah. that is a perfect symmetry of her being alone. Cause yeah, throughout the seasons you do see like when
She's
surrounded
everybody.
by the small council, by a little, you know what I mean? Even Littlefinger, I bet she missed Littlefinger right now. But
She literally slowly lost everybody in her life, and it's all been her fault.
and it's empty now.
Even when shit, what happened? What happened right after she decided to be evil as shit and blow up the temple or whatever?
She lost all her allies.
Yeah, her son killed
it, bro.
She's like everything she's done has landed her into this spot of being alone. And I think that shot of it panning out wasn't really somebody walking. Somebody could have been walking in, but I think it was panning out to show that nobody there. It's exactly what you thought it was. That's like for it to be like that because she had everything at first. She had, you know what I mean, she had who she loved. She had who she loved her brother. Yeah. She had who she loved. She had the dream life. Her family was the king's family. She had a possibility of being queen if things happen to her sons and stuff like that. Obviously, that happened. Technically she'd been wanting that, but at what cost? Everybody dead, everybody gone. She by herself. All she got is that old ass man.
hey, let's not sleep on Qyburn because Qyburn's going. I feel like he got more to play too. Because if you think Qyburn's going to go out like Cersei, you're absolutely wrong. I feel like Qyburn's got something up his sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
You remember who fucked up Qyburn in the first place? The Mountain. Like, the Mountain fucked up Qyburn. I think nah. But yeah, it's like, and yeah, that's why she had to buy an army to go. Because she killed all. She fucked up when she killed the Tyrells in the Great Sept. Like getting rid of the High Sparrow, perfect. That's smart. Getting rid of the Tyrells, it's stupid. That was the stupidest movie.
She didn't even need to blow it up. That was retarded. That was retarded.
If she would have just let Thomas and Marjorie do her thing, they still would have been in power. She still would have had Kevin Lannister, who was, you know what I mean, Tywin second in command.
She could have tried to get them out the throne some other way. Like she could have tried. She didn't even. She blew it up. She said fuck it. She hit the fuck it button and like that's it. Wow.
Bro, but like
she didn't even have to move the fire or whatever the fuck it's called, black whatever it's called. She didn't have to move it. She just said, "Hey, light that shit on fire." Oh, okay, all right.
She's not here. She knows what's going to happen. She's not here. I want to say, the music build up. That was a perfect scene, by the way.
I think I think it's crazy that didn't nobody see nothing. I mean. She obviously saw that's crazy, but it's just like damn, because Marjorie did see it. She knew exactly what was happening. Marjorie knew what was going on the whole time, and that's just so unfortunate because it's like realistic. How didn't they see? Oh,
all right,
she's late. She
I'm actually gonna
late.
There we go.
Her and her son, who's wanted this the whole time, is late. Wasn't somebody make that make sense? Like I don't understand. I just don't.
As much. I went on ahead and took the screenshots off because we went through most of the screenshots, talked about most of them. It's no point. We probably I know you got a time frame, so we probably wrap it up here in about 10 minutes. But there's so much we could talk about still. I appreciate you. I'm going to actually mod you. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate you spending time with us doing that. You think
let me get that mod too, cuz.
You already know, bro. You already know. You know, this the new page. Like I built up the whole old page, so since we're on the new page, we got to build it all up again. So
that's why I said we gotta do the stream on this page. You know what I mean? The initial one, let everybody know we gonna be out here reviewing Game of Thrones season 8, the whole season.
Oh yeah, we gonna be in all of it. I want to do more Deadly Classroom. Umbrella Academy was beautiful. That was.
Somebody told me about that today, and I gotta catch that.
Oh man, Umbrella Academy was beautiful. But I digress. Like we got more content for all of that stuff. This is the main home for all of that stuff now. The new page, Road to 100 again, Road to 200 again. We finna do it all over again. You feel me? But we ain't tripping. We ain't tripping over here. As you can see, we love Game of Thrones. We're gonna keep talking about it. There's still much more. Jon Snow running through the battlements, that looked amazing. I've been a Jon Snow fan since day one. That's facts. I got the receipts and I can hold it. I hold my receipts, and by that I mean from anything from my videos and stuff like that. I remember dropping a few Game of Thrones videos on my old page too about Brienne Tarth, Jon Snow, Melisandre, some of the theories. I still firmly believe in M+A=J. But there's so much stuff I believe. I mean, like, once again, I won't be mad at the R+L. I mean, that's still cool, and there's a lot of evidence that backed it up. And but there's a lot of evidence that back up a lot of other shit different. You know what I mean? It's a whole different story. You know, now I'm finna go on and rant about the books. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to. But we got so much to talk about. That John doing that. Still not seeing the Night King. I still want to see more about him. Melisandre. They did not show Melisandre. Before we go, Melisandre went back to Volantis, and she's coming back. And I know there's a theory, and a lot of us already guessed it, myself included. But she's probably finna go get the red priest, and they got their own army of what, 100 man, 200, 300, something like that. They all will. They just like Barrack. So I think we're gonna see an army of them also fighting, like with an army of flaming swords. Melisandre come back. She still has a really big role to play. We just got so much, and they only gave us 2 minutes. 2 minutes out of 6 episodes, and 6 episodes of
so long
of what each of these episodes supposed to be. How much? How long? And we got 2 minutes, and we just streamed for how long talking about fucking
86 minutes ago.
Talking about how many screenshots. So that's the stuff we are dealing with right now in Game of Thrones.
I definitely. Oh no, I watched the video like 96 times while we was talking.
I still have it was fucking, man. The music was excellent. I really do think that it's gonna be worth it. The wait's gonna be worth it.
It's a bit.
I'm probably not going to agree fully with most of the story points, but once again, that's because I try not to, but I do compare the books and the show a lot. It's so hard to try to just watch the show for the show, and you know what I mean?
I do that too, so I can just be first. I mean, if I'm going to be a part of this, I'm going to be very much a part of this. So exactly. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get caught up on the books too.
So it's one of those things, like, and I'm going to, I call myself out if I'm ever being biased or something like that. So I do think that is a thing. So I'm not saying I'm going to look too forward to the story, but I do think this is going to be something that ends a great generation. That a lot of people were sleeping on in 2011. A lot of people were sleeping on Game of Thrones, and I remember so many
people that's still sleeping on Game of Thrones. There's a lot of memes going around. I belong to that 1% of people that haven't seen Game of Thrones. Yeah, that number is probably a lot bigger, but you know what I mean?
And a lot of people, people cool. Exactly. People think that's cool, not enjoying something. If you don't want to enjoy something great, that's fine. Hey, we're going to finish enjoying it.
That reminds me of what's it called? I was at work. Some guy brings up One Piece. Hey, One Piece. I got a Bartholomew Kuma jacket. And I was like, yeah, I love One Piece. I reviewed that. He was like, yeah, I ain't watch it because it's too long.
Okay. Right, it's too long.
We engage in this conversation, sir. But
people make the same.
It's like, I understand you don't enjoy it, but you know what I mean? Hey, do your thing. You know what I mean? You enjoy what you enjoy. I can't make you do stuff.
The night is dark and full of terror.
I agree.
But that's from the chat. Night is dark and full of terror. You're absolutely right. Melisandre will be back in the beautiful Melisandre.
But no, I'm like I said before, I'm big hype. I'm big hype for this season. I can't wait for the rest to come out. April 17th. That's not the far off. I
You,
feel like this year been going fast. It's not that far off.
hey, bro, you know we're ready. You see my banners? My banners hanging. We ready for
Hang.
war.
I'm
We're
gonna get
ready
some.
for war. You
You
feel me?
can't technically see it, but on my fridge, my refrigerator magnet, them squares, them Game of Thrones squares,
Hey, bro,
them Game of
I
Thrones
got a few
squares, and them
dubs.
stickers,
Hey,
magnets.
hey, I got the work USB. Got the dire wolf. You feel me?
Uh,
But
I got one of those the loot crate, but what's it called? I lost it.
he's still gonna be looking for King's blood for her spell. Oh, it's everywhere. You got you go to she go to Winterfell. She's gonna find She's gonna find King's blood everywhere, pretty much. Like, hey, what about you? Daenerys gonna have probably 2 in her stomach, 1 or 2 in her stomach. Who knows? So yeah, if she wants King blood, that's gonna be the perfect place to be. It's Winterfell, and that brings up another thing. Like we're gonna finally see the conclusion to this whole Azor High and the prince that was promised, and a lot of other things, and that's why like when it comes like right now like I think that Dawn or the sword Dawn will play a big role in the books, but I don't feel that way here in the show. Same with Blackfire. I feel like with Golden Company coming, there's a good chance that the sword Blackfire could be coming. But now that is a sword for Targaryens. Now that's a symbolism. Now this would be a perfect time for them to bring Blackfire back in. What if something happened to Longclaw and we got the Golden Company coming back, and this could be that thing with the whole another twist. I'm not saying this could be the big twist, but I'm saying this could be a twist with the whole, and once again, credit where it's due. I'm not the first person to think about this, or as I should say, the only person to think about this, because a lot of other people have said this also. But the Golden Company betraying Jon because he's a Targaryen. You see what I mean?
Right.
Like, right. But and once again, but they that's them connecting the books and stuff too. Also, I'm trying not to, but that's still a chance. If you find out that he's actually a Targaryen, and you have his sword that belongs to his family, Blackfire, to symbolize he's the king of Westeros, give him Blackfire. But once again, that just
no, that's a good one.
I don't know, man. It's a lot. I mean, like that's all for the show. Once again, my whole little head fan fiction goes a whole different way
with the books,
with everything. Like, yeah. I just feel like him also getting Blackfire. All of this was Blackfire was a bastardized guy. No, the sword, not the family, not the Blackfire family. The sword, the sword belongs to, it's the Aegon the Conqueror's sword, and it symbolized the family. Usually, that's what started the whole fight in the first place was Daemon getting the sword Blackfire, and since he had the sword, they was like, oh, he's the rightful king. You know what I mean? He was given the sword Blackfire, so Blackfire means a lot to the family, Targaryen family. It's their sword. It's the sword of their conqueror. So I'm just saying, like, when you think of that sword, you think of the king. You really do think of the king of Westeros when you think of Blackfire, and it would be only right if Jon had Blackfire,
and if it was actually like given to him.
Yeah, if it was actually given to him, like, oh, we swore our allegiance to you, king. You know what I mean? Just because only Targaryen left. Here's your sword that belongs to your family, Blackfire. That's like, more or less. But I see what you mean. Bastion. But we can't speak slander on House Blackfire either, because I love House Blackfire. Yeah. So we can't speak family. Yes, but I do understand what you was trying to say. I don't know. Like, once again, like, I think it's just all handed to him the reason I like Jon Snow character, and I know like I said, we about to end this here soon, but the reason I like Jon Snow character is because I related to him a lot. He was pretty much a bastard. You know what I mean? He was given nothing. He earned everything. He earned every single thing that was given to him, and that was the whole thing. Him going to Night Watch, and now we're to the point where he's everything that contradicts what every Game of Thrones fan says George R. R. Martin tries not to do, and that's abide by the original fantasy tropes. And now we get into the point where everything is Jon Snow. He's the prince that was promised. He's Azor Ahai. He's the king of Westeros. He's the Sword of the Morning, which you know what I mean. Like he's like, and I'm saying the Sword of the Morning. We obviously y'all know the Sword of the Morning is from House Dane and stuff like that. But once again, there's a lot of evidence that say he might be the next Sword of the Morning.
Right.
And that's why it contradicts a lot of things that, like, once again, that's why I say my own fan fiction. It's not facts. It's nothing like that. It's just what I see, what I get out of the books, what I get out of the show, and everything that's supposed to lead up to it.
My own head canon.
I say head canon. I gotta say it. I gotta say that. I don't want people to use my words against me.
I definitely make sure I say that in every anime thing because I always throw my opinion left, right.
It's an opinion. I don't want people to think I'm trying to throw facts or anything like that. Opinion is just my opinion. But like, there's just a lot of, you know what I mean? There's just a lot of things like they giving us. It's just contradicting everything they always said. Jon Snow is literally everything now. You know what I mean? Everything. Just everything. Now, and it's going to the fact that everybody, it's like, oh, everything's about Targaryens and stuff like that. But that's neither here nor there. Jon Snow is still my favorite character. I hope he lives the whole way. I don't think that's going to be a thing, though.
Problem?
Huh?
I said that's not going to be a problem.
I mean, like, I still think Game of Thrones got a little less than a
positive.
Wasn't Daenerys born in Dorne? No, she was supposed to be born in Dragonstone, which is why she's that's why her name's Daenerys Stormborn. She's supposed to be born in Dragonstone that night during a big storm, and that's when they're supposed to be sailing to Essos. It's about around the same time, but I don't know if she was on the boat when she was being born. I'm not sure. I think she was just being born at Dragonstone, but no, she wasn't born in Dorne though. But I know a lot of people think I know there was a theory or some shit about like, since she always think about the House in the Red Door and stuff, a lot of people think she was in Dorne, or she got a misconception of where she thinks she was. But I'm not. The facts, far as I know, she was born in Dragonstone. Dragonstone, Daenerys Stormborn, first of her name, and the rightful queen of Westeros.
All that.
I'm not going to go through all the titles she got. Daenerys Stormborn, the Khaleesi, the Breaker of Chains, the the Sword of Swallowers, the everything. Like, no. Daenerys everything. She's everything. You know what I mean? Oh, don't act like Daenerys wasn't getting it. She was everywhere. Daenerys, the beautiful Daenerys, was everywhere.
I see where we're rolling. I see how long. I get it. I see how long you've been on. I get it.
No. But Daenerys is a key player. Daenerys has a lot of names, and let's not act like Daenerys didn't get around. She is the beautiful Daenerys. Jon Snow got around too, though.
I mean, everybody got a good thing.
Hey,
everybody got a good thing.
But we all know Jon Snow true love was Ygritte. We all know that now. But we all know that Daenerys loved Khal Drogo. In the House of Dying, she seen Khal Drogo, her son, and when she died, she probably want to be with Khal Drogo again. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She can't really be with him again. She's trying to be with him in the afterlife forever.
Yeah. I mean, like, and that was her thoughts. She wasn't thinking about Jon Snow. I mean, just saying.
She said, "I want to be back." That's why she been trying to die so fast.
Yeah.
Y'all thought she was trying to live. Y'all thought she drove. Y'all thought she rode into a battle with dragons because she wanted to live. She not Robin.
Hey, don't get it twisted though. we ain't. I'm not slandering Daenerys. It was a joke. I could talk about Robert Baratheon also. With his whole ass.
Oh man, he was hoest of hoes.
He was literally the Aegon. They compare him to Aegon the Fourth a lot. Like a lot of him, they compare him to Aegon the Fourth, which Aegon the Fourth was worse because he started a whole rebellion around his kids. I mean, issuing a decree to legitimize all his kids, started a whole war. So Robert's not that bad, but it is to the point where Robert, you know what I mean. His kids not even get his kids didn't even get the throne. No, they didn't even get the
a lot of shit.
Just describe.
Young Tom, 100% Tom. Honcho. I saw it on the stream. I got your stream open.
I asked
on my left.
Seen it.
Nah, yeah, young Tom, young.
Tom the goat. Tom, yeah. Tom. But man, you came back too late. We've been bullshitting for the last little 10-20 minutes just talking, boy.
Goddamn right. Because I want to go make this teriyaki chicken.
Look at that. But man, hey yo, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming and fucking with us. You ain't been modded. You more than welcome to come through. You don't have to click on all my shit because I know I post a lot of everything, like my gaming videos. So, but if you ever want to just come through the Game of Thrones streams, feel more than welcome. We're gonna do a lot more of those. Feel free to check out the other ones too, because we not that I mean, like you probably don't like anime, but the other stuff, I mean, we don't do the same shit around here, you know.
Both of us do anime content, gaming content, Game of Thrones content. So
I want to do some daily classroom and umbrella. I said that earlier though too, but I appreciate it though. Thank you, and I hope you have a good night. I appreciate it. But let's end this up. As always, this is the Black Council. I am Tony B Prophecy. This is It's Real Tony, and this is my guy Townzie, Sir Townzie, the GOAT, the realist, and he just hit y'all with some insight. That imagery for Cersei, oh my, like
absolutely, that's gorgeous.
You
I
literally hit you hit my thinking box. We'll call it a thinking box, bro, because I'm like, dang, why I ain't thinking of that shit? That shit is so. From season 1, you see her surrounded. You see the Iron Throne surrounded by people. Everybody who's sat in that seat surrounded by people, and that scene showing how empty it was. You hit the mark. There's some insights, and that's the shit you get fucking with us. But as always, I hope everybody have a good night. Tom, thank you for coming through. Dollar, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I really don't want to get that wrong. I apologize. I appreciate you rocking with us. So,
mispronounce names around here.
Yeah, I always mispronounce names, but don't. Nevertheless, I appreciate it. But as always, we're out. Peace. Everybody enjoy the rest of your night.